It's a fantastic show this year. Love it.
We come over to the Adelaide show here every year.
I'm really excited to be competing today.
Well, you've just joined us this afternoon for an event that is considered the show jumping of the harness world. It is a sport I guarantee you haven't seen before. Cone driving is going to be out here in a few moments' time. We're waiting on 8 of our competitors to make their way out into the main arena here at the 244th Royal Adelaide Show. A couple of them are warming up at the moment here, and you're going to see a course in front of you that we will be asking each of our competitors to make their way around. We'll bring you the voice of Tad McLean to explain to us what's going on here today. And I can tell you that if we go for a wander over here, I can show you up here that on our traffic cones there is a ball. The ball tells us that a competitor has in fact bumped the cone, the obstacle, and they will incur 5 penalty points. Now, I wondered, Tad McLean, could you take us for a walk on this course? What can we expect to see today?
Well, there's only a few competitors in it, but they'll go really, really fast, and they'll try and do the short turns, and they've got to go through the maze over there in a set area, go through A, go through B.
Let's go for a wander over there.
Well, they're going to start. Yeah, so they'll be starting here shortly, but they've got to go through this in the right order. You've got to have the white flag on your left-hand side, the red on the right. So they'll go through A, through B, through C, and through D in a set order.
So this is going to require a lot of precision, but speed is also the name of the game here today. We're about to see the first of our competitors get underway here in the cone driving at the 2019 Royal Adelaide Show. We'll bring you all the action here from our harness arena this afternoon.
Lyndon Barry won't mind me saying he's a senior competitor, but will really have a go. Got the timekeepers in place at the start.
Well, I'll tell you what, after the cone driving, we'll have an obstacle competition this afternoon. One of our competitors due to get underway in a second. Young gentleman, what is your name?
John.
John, where have you come from to compete today, and who's this exhibit?
We're from Gawler, and this is Mandela.
Now, has Mandela had much success in the cone driving competition in the past?
We just go out and have fun, really.
We're going to bring the fun live on the live stream today with Facebook and YouTube viewers. If you have any questions for John or any of our other competitors, please send them through to us. We will bring them to you live. We've got the voice of Tad McLean bringing you all the action here as we get underway in just a few moments.
Here they all come. This is going to be exciting. Very exciting stuff.
Agile athletic ponies making their way out in harness now. A lot of the classes in the lead up to this are about presentation, about the manners and paces of the harness pony. Here we are focused on speed and precision.
And they are ultra competitive, these competitors. They will have a go hard or go home.
When you're ready.
Reece Fortin, number 146. Timekeeper's in place, and away he goes. This is very fast. Clear through the first obstacle. Turns through the walls, that's a good effort. Nothing to add at this stage. Going quite quick. Nothing to add through fence 6. Now he has to go through these obstacles. Goes through the A section. Then he's got to come around and go through the B section, which he's done. And then he'll come round through the C section. This is great. Then through the D section and back onto the course. This has been fast. This is a great round. Lyndon Barry, driven overseas, loves his driving, loves his ponies. A great competitor. Look at this pony. He is a beauty. This is the last obstacle. Nothing to add. It's been great driving. Oh, what a fantastic effort. Straight through. Time was. I'll just give you the time in a second.
Time was 1:05.
Yeah, 1 minute 57 seconds, 0.5.
Who's next?
John Priest. Got John Priest next. John Priest. Number 144, John Priest. So the standard is set. It's going to be a red-hot competition, the cone driving. That'll take a bit of beating that first time. Nothing to add, that's very important.
It's a coloured horse. If she comes back, it was a show jumper here 2 years ago. Valencia, something or other.
Not going quite as quick as Lyndon Barry, but nothing to add at this stage. Doing a good job of the driving. Going for accuracy here. Been good driving, nothing to add. Oh yes, he's got something to add now. So that's 3 seconds added to his time. Oh, another 3. So that's 6 seconds to add. Very similar to show jumping. Faults to be added for knockdowns. Now they have to do this in the correct order. Goes through the A section. Turns round through the B section. Not as quick and accurate as Lyndon Barry, but gaining valuable experience. That's what it's all about. These competitors can come back here year after year. Be a great competitor to watch. Next year will probably be a bit quicker. Nice pony. Doing exactly what the driver asks. Bit of a tap with the whip. Just a little tap. They don't actually ping the horses with it. They just give them a little tap to keep them on the job. Through the D section, and he's heading off now to finish the round. Oh, another 3, so that's 9 seconds to be added to his time. Bit of bad luck there, but a nice straight finish and cantering along through the finish. The timekeeper's conferring. Oh, 4 knockdowns there, so that's 12 seconds added. So it's so 3 minutes and 12 seconds. He's a great competitor, very fierce competitor.
We've had Josh and Veronica on the live stream, Tad McLean, asking us how this event is judged and scored.
Yeah, well, it's run under time. If you go through the cones without knocking a ball off, it's clear. If you knock one of the balls off the cone, it's 3 seconds added to your time.
All right, so that's your answer.
Clock. It's against the clock, like a speed show jumping competition or like a barrel race. Time is of the essence.
Well, there is your answer on the live stream. Thank you for your questions and your comments, all of our viewers at home. And any other questions you have, feel free to ask. We've got the wonderful brain of Tad McLean with us here, so we're best to use it. And I'm here with one of our larger exhibits, and I don't mean the driver. Reese, tell us, who have you brought out with you to compete here today?
This is Mickey.
What is Mickey?
He's a warm blood.
Well, I'll tell you what, warm bloods are fabulous at show jumping, and they do say that show jumping, this is the equivalent of show jumping in the harness world. Tell me, where else do you use Mickey?
So we use him a lot in CDEs. He's very good. Normally Mum drives him, but I'm driving him today, so hopefully he's good.
Well, he's behaving just as we expect a warm blood to behave out here in the show ring at the moment. He is raring to go. And tell me, how do you practice for an event like this?
Just sort of get out there and doing as many events as you can, because it's sort of hard to set up a proper course at home, but just long distance stamina stuff really.
Tell me, what will your focus be when you're out there? You've got to get around the obstacles. You've got one of the larger exhibits here in Mickey of the warm blood, and how do you ensure that you get around the class with precision?
Jason. So with bigger ones, going faster and just keeping the pace up's a really good idea. But this one's pretty good at turning, so I'm not too worried.
Well, we're going to be cheering Mickey on when you're out there. Very good luck to you today. And we've just seen John and his magnificent pony here make their way out into the arena. So we've seen horses go out there slow and steady. They do say that can win the race. We've seen horses absolutely power around this course, and we look forward to seeing Mickey, our exhibit, go out there in a moment's time.
Yeah, you've got to do this in the correct order. They've got to go through A, then they've got to through B, and they've got to go through C and D. Red flag on the right, white flag on the left, like in show jumping. And this is run against the clock. The first competitor went very, very fast, Lyndon Barry. Cone driving competition. And the horse handler on the back, Mr. Vaughan, is telling his wife where to go. On the run home. This is a real handy horse. You can drive it in the cart, jump it in the hunt, ride it around a show jumping course. Nothing to add. It's a good run home. Time will be interesting. Through fence 11. And isn't that great? The driver saying, good girl, speaking to the horse, encouraging the horse. Nothing to add. Two minutes 53 seconds. So Lyndon Barry is about a minute in front, but our next combination will go absolutely quick as. Great young driver this, Reese Vaughan. Now Reese knows exactly what he has to do to take the lead. He has to go quicker than Lyndon Barry. Oh, it's not Reese driving, it's the lady driver of the team.
Oh, okay, right.
Starting to cruise along a bit quicker now. This girl said earlier she's only been driving for a couple of years. She's doing a great job. The wheels of these carts are 1.20 metre apart, and the cones are set at 1.7 metre.
You got another mic? No, no worries.
So good turn this. Quite good. Through A, through B. Now we'll go through the C section. This is great, the C section. And then now they have to go through D and then continue back around the cones. Back onto the course again. Nothing to add. This has been a good drive from a girl that's only been driving for a couple of years. Oh no, there's a ball down. So that's 3 seconds to add. Bad luck. Through the last obstacle, nothing to add there, just the 3 to add, I believe. I'll just check with the judges.
I pressed the weird button, so I don't know. I accidentally hit a button with the backup.
So we just get the ball put up on the cone. And here's someone who's really fast at this, Rhys Vorton. He's ready to rock and roll. Rhys Vorton, the driver, number 146, the horse. Not getting a real big run at the start. This boy can drive. He is a brilliant driver. Says to the horse, get going. Away he goes. Through the start, through 1. This is quick. Through 2. Through obstacle 3, doesn't like a look at the wall. Oh. Time is ticking away. Oops. He doesn't like the look of that obstacle there. He's got to come through and go straight. Yeah, but put it through the speed when you would worry about it because it takes a little bit of time. No, you wouldn't. It's not all the time. So wasted a bit of time there at the wall obstacles, but now on their way through the the maze. Got to go through A, B, C and D. Now the run home, fence 11, goes through, lost a bit of time with playing up at the walls. .2:59, 2 minutes 59. So well out in front.
Is
Linden on 1:57. The oldest drivers in front.
Well, I'll tell you what, our competitor first out now for round 2 of our cone driving competition is absolutely flying around this course, and one of our more experienced competitors out there now.
Oh, Lyndon Barry, yeah, this is Amy, I think it's called, this pony. But you wouldn't see that on live streaming, but the whole time it's been out here, he's kept it moving. And the horse just won't stand. It's fired up to compete.
Well, they sure are putting that fire to power to use right now here, making their way around cones number 5.
Pony, it's really a pony. I suppose you wouldn't call it a horse, Lindsay. You enjoying all this, Linz?
I'm having a wonderful time, I have to be honest with you. I've not seen a lot of cone driving in my day, but it is a most enjoyable pursuit.
Yeah, and what about, instead of you asking the questions, I'll ask you one or two.
All right.
What about the Adelaide show all over? You've been around, you've seen a lot of shows, you compete yourself, got all the background, a magnificent smile. What do you think about this?
Well, I've been to the Royal Adelaide show a few times over the past decade or so, but I've seen quite a different side of it this year. So everything from the Taste SA Pavilion, we did the Goyder Pavilion, Jubilee, we've been with dairy cattle, beef cattle, sheep, the animal nursery, we've also covered alpacas, and now we're out here on the horse ring, and I have to tell you, it just lives up to all of its reputation. Royal Adelaide show is considered by showgoers across the nation to be one of the finest royals, and it's a beautiful, beautiful arena, but also the quality of the exhibitors is great.
Lindsay, I was just going to say the arena is just so fantastic compared to the others, without being derogatory.
You're allowed to be, I can't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be in Melbourne. We're still a councillor in Melbourne, and we'll be at Melbourne Show in a fortnight, and we're not competing this year, or my partner Jane, but no, you've done a marvellous job, and your crew. I really, on behalf of whoever it is, our horse committee anyway, thank you so much. You've done a great job. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I didn't expect to be interviewed on the other side of this, but I have to tell you, the crew that we have here are not just good at handling a camera and good at doing sound and making all of this go live across 3 platforms at once for several hours every day. They've actually all got backgrounds either in primary industries or in horses themselves. The lady that's holding the camera right now, she's exhibited alpacas here at the show. She's been heavily involved in agricultural education education, competing here at Royal Adelaide Show for many, many years. And I can tell you the fellow who's directing us all the way back in the office and making sure that the vision that you're seeing is enjoyable and crisp and clear. He's been out here, and in fact we spoke with his grandmother earlier, Isla Roberts. He's been a show jumper, his family's been in eventing, and their heritage dates all the way back to competing here in the harness section of the show. So we've got an extraordinary wealth of show knowledge behind us here at Floodlight Media, and a big thank you to all of the crew. The cameras that they are carrying weigh a ton, and the tiny little slight lady behind this camera right now, she doesn't complain at all about it. She just gets on and gets you great footage while we're out here. So we're having a wonderful time. And the diversity of exhibits here in the cone driving competition is quite extraordinary. We've got our ponies out here, we've got large ponies out here, and also we saw our warm blood a second ago. Quite extraordinary. Some of the heavier horses out here exhibiting as well. Well, I'll tell you what, we talk about the people behind the scenes here at the show, whether they are the team behind the live stream or the team behind our competitions. One of our young stewards here, the next generation of officials coming up to ensure that all of our royal events are held to the standard at which a royal class should be held, that our judges who are brought in from overseas and from interstate are looked after, and that all of our competitors are safe and that the rules are adhered to. Here's young Edward Scott. Ed, you've been coming to this show for how many years?
Well, I've been coming for a number of years, Lindsay. I first started competing. I was in the Boy Rider a number of years ago. That's going back a while now.
Did you win?
I did. I came out with a blue ribbon on my arm. So, yes, I've had my time out here in the middle. But, yes, we touched on the arena. I have been here when we've been ankle deep in mud on the first day of the show. But it's held up well this year, I'll tell you that much.
Sure has. The winds are certainly come out over the last few days. Now, your family's very much involved with the show too. It's been part of your family's heritage for a long time.
It certainly has, yes. My father was previously involved in the horse committee here as well, and in the last I think 8 or 9 years we've been stewarding here now. So it's certainly very enjoyable, and learning the ropes from good people like Redders, who you just interviewed before, and still much to learn, but every year there's something new happening.
Now, you come from the Fleurieu Peninsula.
I do, yes, down towards Middleton there, so that's home for me, and beautiful area down there on the coast. So
dairy area, cropping area, livestock area?
Bit of everything, and definitely getting a bit more sort of, it's become more of the retirement end of town as well, so we've got a bit of a mix down there, so.
Very good. Now, you're actually the youngest director on the body called Agricultural Shows Australia that looks after all ag shows across the nation. How many ag shows roughly are we talking about? 5 or 6?
500 or 600, are we talking? Yeah. Yes, no, the Agricultural Shows of Australia is a newly developed board that is encompassing all the royal and agricultural shows around Australia, which is giving a combined voice to the show movement, which has been absolutely excellent. We're already getting some runs on the board, but having a great united voice, and we really are, now that we have combined, one of the largest volunteer organisations in Australia.
It was a wonderful, I noticed just before the election this year, Minister for Agriculture of the time, David Littleproud, made a huge commitment to agricultural shows across Australia.
He did, yes. We had a promise of $20 million to come to the agricultural show movement, which, yes, I believe he's going to be well and truly honouring for us. So very exciting for the group.
And a bit of that funding went towards a next generation initiative that you're quite involved with?
Yes, we're fortunate to get some funding that's really going to be developing the next generation groups, which have some great initiatives, including the Rural Ambassador Program, the Young Farmers Challenge, which happens at all the royal shows around Australia, and really take the development of bridging that rural city divide and bring that education of rural industries to the city.
Now, before you get blown away, thank you very much for chatting to me today, Ed.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Well, we're currently here watching our cone driving competition at the 244th Royal Adelaide Show. It's quite a spectacle. And horses of all sizes out there, competitors from all around the state. A couple of our competitors are out here effectively training their horses in cone driving. Some are very experienced and very talented. And we're currently in the second round of our competition here.
Yes, nothing to add here so far, so it's looking pretty good. I think we've seen the winner. He's done two fantastic rounds. Our senior of the events. Lyndon.
They say experience pays.
Yeah, well, Lyndon's been doing it for quite a long time, and he's travelled overseas and driven, and yeah, gets a lot of hours in the cart.
Well, I'm here with Belinda, who is catalogue number 143. Tell me, how have you gone so far in the first rounds?
Not too bad. We knocked one off, but hopefully we'll do better this time and go a bit quicker, so we'll see what happens.
This has to, I mean, if this was a competition for pretty ponies, you'd be in the running.
What's that?
If this was a competition for pretty ponies, you'd be in the running.
It certainly would. I certainly like my little pony here, so yeah, it's very good.
Well, all the very best of luck here today. We look forward to bringing you the next of our competitors out into the cone driving competition. Well, what a magnificent event that we're watching here at the moment. Lots of fun to see Belinda and her very pretty little pony. He is just flying around this course, small in stature, but big in personality and heart. And they are one of our final competitors here in the cone driving competition. We've had a couple of obstacles knocked down during this contest, so it will be those that have a fast time and a clear round that will be in the placings here. And there's just so much going on around the showgrounds here today. It's a wonderful day to wander around the showgrounds because the crowds aren't as big as they'll be over the weekend. Lots of food to try, lots of wonderful exhibits from our beef and dairy pavilions all the way through to all of our horse events. The stables are full here, and that's because this show has such a great reputation. People love to come and compete, and they certainly love to secure a win here because it's no mean feat to get a win or a champion at the Royal Adelaide Show. I know the president of the Show Society, Rob Hunt, will be just delighted with their 244th show, and all of the councillors, all of the stewards that put in so much effort in the lead up. Almost as sure as this show ends, they will be talking about what to do for their 245th show in September next year. They'll be talking about what to keep, what to improve, what to add, what to change. And there is an immense amount of work that goes on behind the scenes here from the members of the Royal Agricultural and Horticultural Society, an organisation that held the very first show back in 1840. And for many, many years, they held both a spring and autumn show, and that allowed them to get some double-digit events over several years. And today, at 244 continuous shows, it is the longest continuously running show in all of the world. That's right, not just here in Australia. It is older than shows in the southwest of England. It is older than the Bath show. And we believe we hold the world record for the longest continually running show in all of the world. Well, you're currently watching now our warm blood exhibit. They had a bit of a rough go in round one, and a very wary competitor, but looking like they're going out with a bit more confidence this time. Well, this is our last competitor here going out in the cone driving competition. They'll make their way shortly into the obstacle, and then the culmination of the successes in both rounds will get us our winner and place getters for the cone driving and obstacle competition here. Well, we had promised that we would bring you the obstacle driving, but the schedule's run a bit over because we've got some wonderful competitors out here. We'll post those results online for you later in the written section of this to let you know who's done well in our cone driving and then later on our obstacle driving. If you want to run down here and visit the show, you can see it live yourself. But Bruce Redpath, boy, we had a great show.
Oh, outstanding, Lindsay. Thanks. As far as harness and the horse events are concerned, it's been a really good show. It's been tight for a lot of competitors because of the change of the timetable, but we're working through that, and we'll have it right for next year for sure. But it's been a very, very good show, good quality and great competition. And thank you once again for your help, and your team has just been marvellous. I don't know how you've kept up.
We've had a great time. We've seen every species on this ground and we've eaten just about every food as well. We've had a great time. But I know on behalf of the President, Rob Hunt, of the RA and HS here that run this wonderful show, we want to thank you, the viewers, for being part of our live stream. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've loved the engagement. The questions have been phenomenal. So it's been a really nice way to bring the heritage of this show with 244 shows under our belt into the modern era where we've got our Facebook and our YouTube viewers and also our viewers, and there's hat flying everywhere out here, getting involved digitally with the show as well. We hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Lindsay Douglas. It's been our great pleasure to bring you this live stream, and we hope to see you out here over the weekend, and if not, we'll see you at the show in 2020.
Thank you very much.
Let's celebrate the state.
The people.
The magic.
The memories.
The bright lights and high rides.
The sparkling eyes.
Over 2 full weekends.
The Royal Adelaide Show. The show of a lifetime. Pre-purchase tickets and save. theshow.com.au